The Shin Box lets us explore internal and external rotation of the hip. Basically, just trying to get into the ranges of motion that our hips should have available and drive more of it, so making our hips more mobile. Now, I like to use it as a warm-up to just see how my hips are doing, but the movement itself actually helps free up the hips to some extent right away, so just doing it and sort of being intentional with the way that we do it can help our hip mobility as a whole. Now, setting this up, let's say baseline position is to be able to set up in this sort of like 90-90 position. And we're gonna use our hands to help us out. Now, if this is really aggressive, for a lot of people it will be. So it's okay if like you're feeling like this is almost impossible to just kind of sit upright with, then you can close off the distance between the heel and the thigh or the body. And this will take some of that pressure off and let you move a little more freely. So feel free to explore that. Now, if this is still too aggressive to be upright with, because what we're looking for is a fairly like upright torso here, if we're like really leaning or leaning back, then we know there's some restriction. And it's okay if we, that's the best that we can do, but something that can help is sometimes putting something under your butt. And then lets us typically sit more upright and explore the position a little bit easier. Now, once we've found our start position, we're going to use our hands. A lot of people, like you can do this without hands, but a lot of people want to skip forward to that step, but you'll get the most benefit from just trying to be as upright as possible and trying to keep the thighs in contact with the ground on each side of the movement. So by side, I mean, so this would be one side of the movement. And then as we transition, trying to stay upright and rotating to the opposite side, we're still trying to come into contact with the ground. So the whole time, we're just allowing our hands to help us out as we move from one side to the other. Now you can let one hand off the ground. You're just focusing on staying tall. You're exploring. You're trying to drive the knee in the front at the side that you're facing down to the ground, and then maybe pushing yourself even more upright. Thinking about squeezing our butt. For example, on this side, I'm squeezing my butt, driving my thigh down to the ground and trying to get more upright to explore that hip. And I'm just being really intentional and slow with my transitions from one side to the other. And again, every time that you switch sides, you're probably going to find that one side's easier than the other. You're going to notice that there's going to be some sort of movement, so probably a little lean. For me, this is a bit of a tougher hip. So I'm bringing myself upright again. I'm driving my thigh down to the ground. I'm squeezing my butt, trying to like make contact with my tailbone to the ground, and just taking a good 2 to 3 breaths just in that position, and then using my hands to help me stay upright and transitioning from one side to the other. Now, the assignments for this will vary, but probably a place to start. Just do 8 each side. Though for my own clients, I usually assign it depending on what kind of makes sense for them at the time. So good luck. Hope this helps. Bring it.